All right, Johnny, what are you thinking about this night?
Donna, I'm very excited for this event. And I want to applaud Robert real quick because he's done such an amazing job putting this thing together.
Robert. I
think it's been like more than a year maybe planning, and him and I have been speaking for like 6 months at least about it. So I'm grateful for him. And I know we serve a God of justice. I know we serve a God who's come to set the captives free.
Yes.
And I think that this night is definitely a part of his agenda. And we get to walk that out. You know, we're a part of that freedom. So I have some new music I'm going to be performing that night as far as what I'm bringing to the table. And it's all about his grace, and it's all about reaching those that really need help, you know. And human trafficking is one of those things that's like right under our noses sometimes.
And we don't even notice,
and
right?
We're blessed, you know, we live in freedom, but things are happening in the dark, you know, and we get to actually bring that darkness to light. We get to bring light to that darkness.
But since, Johnny, it's your first time here, I mean, what you just said, I literally got goosebumps just hearing you, you know, that passion to fight this injustice. Talk to us about, you know, when you first heard about human trafficking. I mean, you know, tell us what that is, you know, what that means to you, how you felt when you heard of this injustice happening in the world.
You know, it's a crazy thing because it's almost something you don't want to talk about. It's something you don't want to look at. It's something that you don't want to know about. And it's because we get to live in comfort. We get to live in goodness. But there's people out there struggling. There's people out there, unfortunately, locked away. There's people, unfortunately, that are slaves.
Yep.
And we've all been slaves. If we know Jesus, we've been set free.
Right.
And that's the beautiful part of the story. But there's people out there who are living in this degrading state. And it's a state that God never intended for them to live in.
That's for sure.
So it's something that instead of us looking away from it because it makes us uncomfortable, really, we need to have the heart of the Father on this issue. And we need to look at it straight on. We need to put our faith to work, which is something like Collide is all about, coming together in the heart of unity. It's not about churches. It's not about where you may be in your walk with God, whether you know him or not, but it's about a social issue that's really important. And we get to play a part in freedom. We get to play a part in bringing a solution to this.
So thank you so much.
Thank you. And Johnny, you're famous. You were on The Voice. Is that right?
Oh, Donna, I wouldn't say that. I think you're more famous than I am.
No, you are. My goodness, a national star right here in my studio. My goodness. So I hope I get a picture and you can sign it.
You'll get a hug too. I hope I can get you a hug.
All right. Thank you, Johnny. But tell us about your music career.
Well, you know, it's funny, as we were talking right now, I was just connecting some dots, and I have my first album ever, Donna, coming out next year, hopefully early 2020.
Yay!
And
exciting.
I was just thinking as I was looking at something, the album's called Set Free. And I'm thinking to myself, I have a story of how I was set free, how God set me free. But that's all about the theme that we're talking about, you know, them being set free. But I've been on a journey in my life. About 8 years ago, I was in a dark place myself, involving drugs and issues with the law and stuff like that.
Oh, my.
And it's crazy because I grew up in the church. I grew up with a relationship with God, but I went astray, you know, in my college years. And music was an amazing instrument that God used to bring me out of it. And I had to have a moment that I got on my knees before Jesus, and I said, God, I can't stop this addiction. I can't stop this life that I'm living, but I know that there's a God in heaven who can.
Yeah.
And from that moment on, God put me on this process and this journey that, you know, I had to go to jail. I had to be on house arrest for 6 months. But here I am. I think it's going to be 8 years now later. And, you know,
you're set free. Because of Jesus.
I'm literally set free.
Amen.
And the Lord has put me on platforms where I get to talk about my story and his goodness. And he's in the business of doing it every day. Yeah. So it's not a one-time thing, but it's a reoccurring thing.
And you live right here in Miami. You grew up here?
I do. I live in Miami. I'm a Miami boy all my life. Parents are Cuban.
All right. Where'd you go to school?
That? Miami Christian School.
Okay. All right. Yeah, right here in South Florida. Wow. All right.
Now, Robert, are you gonna be singing that night as well? Are the people gonna get to hear your voice?
I'm a part of the Echo Worship team.
Awesome! Yay!
So
yes, we will hear from you as well.
He's leading all the songs.
I'm not. No.
You know what's funny?
I'm not leading.
As I said that, the radio station's phones are just coming off the line.
We're gonna hear from Robert.
I think we hit a nerve there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
Robert and Johnny Rez and Keto that night. My goodness.
It's gonna be a big lineup.
We might do something together. You know, so you'll just have to come and see.
That's right.
Your grace was there when no one else cared. Your grace was there. Grace found me there. Grace found me there. Your grace is here. Your grace is here. grace is here, your grace is here. Your grace is here, your grace is here.
Whoa, whoa, a little bit of Collide 19, a little bit of heaven. Wasn't that awesome?
That was awesome.
You know, not many people can pull that off to sing live on radio and sound that great.
Yeah.
So
and
thank you.
What
Thank you,
the
goodness.
lyrics.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Did
the
you write
lyrics
that?
are
Thank you,
beautiful.
I did.
Wow.
I did.
Beautiful.
At the end it says, your grace was there, and I like to add on, your grace is here.
It's here.
Yeah.
Your grace is
Amen.
here, just to bring it close to home, you know?
Yeah.
That's right. Wow.
Amazing.
That was very
That was
special.
really
It's
special.
special to have all three of these wonderful gentlemen
I
here
was
in the
looking forward
studio
to
today.
so much to
Yeah.
have them on. I knew it was going to be a fun day. So thank you so much for that, Johnny.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
We always end our show with Psalms 82, 3-4 from the Message translation, and we always ask someone to read it. So we're going to have Johnny read it for us today.
All right, let me put my best voice on. It says, enough. You've corrupted justice long enough. You've let the wicked get away with murder. You're here to defend the defenseless, to make sure that the underdogs get a fair break. Your job is to stand up for the powerless and prosecute all of those who exploit them.
Wow. Wonderful read. Thank you so much for